Rest in peace, Big L.
One of the dopest. Yes.
Big L was who put Jay-Z on. Takeoff's death wasn't nothing but a corporate hostile takeover using his life as the god. Oh my God. I'm not saying allegedly.
Oh.
I'm saying, Sean Carter, you're a piece of shit. Taking Pimp C wasn't bad. To myself the other day, Uptown Records started with 5 people. Andre Harrell, I'll Be Sure, Heavy D, and Puffy. And Kim was the longest working employee because she was there from the very beginning. She was Andre's personal assistant. Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only 2 left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
Heavy D was found dead, face down in the heart attack. Andre Harrell, heart attack. Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms. And then right after that, Al had a meeting, and I was gonna meet up with him because we were in Vegas, and then the next thing you know, you wanna know what they all had in common though? The survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books. Andre was writing a book right before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died. Kim Porter was working on a book before she died. And I'll Be Sure was working on the documentary of his life. And then he goes into a coma. Has Puffy ever been in a coma? Has anything happened to him? He must be the luckiest motherfucker, because it seems like everybody that worked at Uptown Records from the very beginning. Come on, just him. I guess Al disappointed you. You know, I speak for a reason. When you see this bullshit ass motherfucking game with people that you love, that you like, you know, there's too many coincidences.
Too many. You
honeycomb.
Oh. Stamp it.
We gonna get you and your little dog too. And congratulations, young Miami. Run as fast as Cassie did.
In a recent series of shocking revelations, R&B singer Jaguar Wright has stirred waves within the music industry by alleging a sinister underbelly involving some of its most prominent figures. Accusing rap moguls Diddy and Jay-Z of involvement in a disturbing pattern of sacrifice, Wright has ignited a firestorm with her claims, implicating the untimely deaths of several renowned artists including Takeoff, Nipsey Hussle, Notorious Big, and Pimp C. As her allegations reverberate across social media platforms, they raise profound questions about the dark side of fame and power in the world of hip-hop. Let's delve deeper to uncover the reality behind the shocking accusations against Jay-Z and Diddy.
I'm saying, Sean Carter, you're a piece of shit. Taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just
Real life street stars. You know what time it is.
So why does it all come to a head now? Why now? Why?
Because he's the acceptable monster at this time, like R. Kelly was the last time I sat on this couch.
So who's next?
Y'all don't see the lineup?
Yeah, we see the lineup. I'm just waiting to see who's next.
Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. Why is everyone having such a hard time? He ain't doing shit different. He lined up D. Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one. I want you to think about this. Allegedly, Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened. And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it. Think of the power of that moment.
Jaguar Wright is back in the spotlight once again, and this time she's dropping bombshells about Jay-Z and Diddy's alleged involvement in the demise of fellow rappers. While some dismissed earlier warnings from industry insiders like Jaguar and comedian Cat Williams as conspiracy theories, Wright now claims to have evidence backing her accusations. According to her, Jay-Z and Diddy orchestrated and benefited from the deaths of artists such as Takeoff, Big L, Nipsey Hussle, and Pimp C to advance his own career. These revelations plunge us into a disturbing realm of conspiracies, secret deals, and substantial sums of money changing hands. But amidst the sensational claims, one question looms large. Is there any truth to these allegations?
Think about Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my mother name. She mentioned it yesterday. Talking about why people are afraid to come forward. You mean like you? You was Diddy girl. Corey was Jay-Z girl. Why don't you claim your friend? Claudia.
So, Jack, when you say...
When I say Corey, I'm talking about Kathy White.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was about to ask.
Jay-Z's pregnant mistress,
yeah,
who died of an imaginary fucking aneurysm. Just like the woman who was best friends with Kim and Kimura, who wrote the book Bling and died as soon as it made the bestsellers list. Who the fuck was these people supposed to go to? You can't go to the boss because the boss is fucking you. And the boss's boss don't get no fuck. Can't go to the authorities. They're all bought and paid for. You could try to get a special prosecutor, but they'll just pay somebody to reassign him to another case. Where the fuck you go when you get over by the industry? Nowhere. That's where you go nowhere, which is where people like me step in. Is it really a conspiracy if the same person keeps benefiting off the same kind of tragedy over and over and over again?
For years, Jaguar Wright has been on a crusade, calling out rappers and music executives allegedly involved in sacrificing others to climb the ladder of success. At the forefront of her accusations has always been Jay-Z. According to Wright, Jay-Z surpasses even Diddy in malevolence, with allegations extending beyond questionable behavior toward women. She contends that Jay-Z orchestrates the demise of fellow artists who pose a threat to his career or that of his wife, Beyoncé. In a recent interview with Real Life Productions, Wright pulled no punches, delving into what she sees as a sinister conspiracy behind the tragic passing of rapper Takeoff in 2022. She alleges that Takeoff's death was part of a hostile takeover orchestrated by Jay-Z and Roc Nation.
Takeoff's death wasn't nothing but a corporate hostile takeover using his life as the god. Oh my God. The Diddy parties. To walk mother out. Cause ain't nobody stopping me when I come.
According to Jaguar Wright, Megan Thee Stallion finds herself entangled in this web of controversy, all stemming from her feud with her former label, 1501 Certified Entertainment, and its CEO, Jay Prince. The tragic death of Takeoff continues to haunt the hip-hop community, particularly the Migos and their fans. Law enforcement sources and multiple witnesses tell us the fatal incident went down shortly after 2:30 a.m. That's when cops got the call for a man shot at a bowling alley called 810 Billiards and Bowling Houston. We're told Takeoff and Quavo were there playing dice when an altercation broke out, and that's when someone opened fire, shooting Takeoff, either in the head or near his head. He was pronounced dead at the scene. TMZ Hip Hop has obtained footage from the scene, and you can see Quavo, in an orange shirt, and others gathered around Takeoff. At first they tried to move him, but then put him back down, and Quavo yelled for someone to get help. Police tell us 2 other people were shot and were taken to the hospital in private vehicles. We do not know their conditions. Quavo was not injured. Despite immediate efforts to save him, Takeoff was declared dead on arrival at the hospital. This unfortunate incident led to speculation and finger-pointing, with some fans initially blaming Quavo for his association with questionable individuals.
Why your husband don't want to put his seed inside of you? He put it in everybody else? Wild in this world, yo.
It's funny, you open up Beyonce's internet, it just gets weird.
Beyonce's internet.
That's what we're calling
that
it.
That belongs to the devil. Unless you calling that the devil, she ain't nothing but an employee.
Oh.
Half of which dumbass bitch.
So, you know, it's funny that it's crazy you say these things.
Why don't nobody want to accept that bitch?
I think
she went and killed the girl Cats.
Okay.
A girl went to court and charged her with extreme witchcraft. She was hypnotized. She was drugged. Beyonce came and she was in there eating on her and shit while she was asleep. You know, snacking on his bitch, killing people cats. And guess what? They wouldn't give her the restraining order. They just told her to stay away from Beyonce and work for somebody else. Guess what? She's having a hard time finding work too. Which is interesting because she's a brilliant musician and she was trained at the esteemed Berklee College of Music. Handpicked by my very good friend, Terry Lynn Carrington, Dr. Terry Lynn Carrington, who put together Beyonce's entire female band, which was Matthew Knowles' idea because he couldn't get Beyonce to stop people. Guess you didn't know your daughter well enough because she just started all the girls. Impulse control issues. Saying, Sean Carter, you're a piece of shit. Taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough. You just want to go down there and you want to just remove all of the balls from every real gangster in Houston. Why did that house burn up? Who the fuck goes to their childhood house for a visit and the shit goes up in flames?
That was very weird. The next day, within a week?
The next day.
The next day.
And still, no real investigation on how the house just went up in flames.
Man.
I guess they paid y'all off. Like they paid y'all off for that Astro World.
So let me ask you,
Texas pilot.
For context, in December 2022, police apprehended Patrick Xavier Clark on suspicion of firing the shots resulting in Takeoff's tragic demise. By May 2023, a grand jury indicted Clark in connection with Takeoff's death, with a trial slated for a later date. However, just one day after his arrest, Clark posted bail amounting to $1 million and was subsequently released on house arrest. Fast forward to November 2023, reports surfaced indicating that Clark was no longer under house arrest or required to wear a GPS monitor. Instead, he was subjected to a curfew from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. In a poignant July 2023 interview, Quavo candidly discussed his grieving process following the loss of his nephew. The Greatness artist opened up during the Conversation for the Fans segment, reflecting on how Takeoff's passing has profoundly affected both his personal life and creative journey. "I miss him a lot and I love him. He know I love him. That's what we always know. So when you see me and you see me smiling or something like that, you don't gotta never think I forgot about him or I'll forget about him. I think about him all the time. Sometimes I cry myself to sleep. And that's it. I just know he's here. If I can't feel him, I just know he's around," he said.
we see a Killer Mike win 3 Grammys.
And get arrested immediately after because Jay-Z paid somebody to him up just so he couldn't have a good night. You, Sean.
Hey, man.
Weirdo. I don't get no what you got in your head, that neural link. You'll never outthink me. Ever. All I do is frustrate your AI. You can't quantify me. You can't even control your wife. You gonna handle a bitch like me. You can't even control that goofy bitch. You should have did a better job. Maybe she wouldn't have had to lose her mind on Kathy. Cause you ain't protecting you. You're protecting her. Wonder why?
Takeoff's death wasn't nothing but a corporate hostile takeover using his life as the god. Oh my God.
Yeah. R.P. Takeoff.
That boy died so they could cash in a insurance policy and to cover up the fact that Rock Nation was ripping Megan away from 300. I guess nobody's paying attention to the fact that complete control of Megan Thee Stallion's career was taken over right after Takeoff died, and the Prince family were forced to leverage and let her go, even though they did not want to. Isn't that interesting?
This isn't the first time Jaguar Wright has leveled accusations against Jay-Z regarding a rapper's death. She previously made similar claims during her appearance on real-life production's Blue Couch, but the focus wasn't on Takeoff, it was on Big L. Back in the 90s, Big L was a dominant force in the underground rap scene, renowned for his exceptional freestyling prowess and lyrical dexterity. His untimely demise occurred in a tragic drive-by shooting at 45 West 139th Street in Harlem, believed to be connected to a long-standing beef involving Big L's brother. At the time, Big L's childhood friend Gerard Woodley was arrested in connection with the shooting, but was subsequently released. In the 25 years since Big L's passing, persistent rumors have circulated suggesting Jay-Z's involvement in his death. Some speculate that Big L's signing to Rockefeller Records was merely a strategic move to undermine him. These rumors have fueled speculation and conspiracy theories surrounding the circumstances of Big L's tragic demise, adding layers of intrigue to an already perplexing chapter in hip-hop history.
The first time I ever saw Jay-Z or even heard him spit a rhyme was at an MC battle, street battle in New York. But he didn't show up as Jay-Z. He didn't show up as the hottest rapper on the street. He showed up as the kid that was with Big L.
Rest
For
in
those
peace.
of you,
Rest in peace, Big L.
rest in peace, Big L.
One of the
That was the
dopest. One of the
sensei.
dopest. Yes.
Big L was who put Jay-Z on.
Without question.
And then Big L died, and then the next thing you know, Jay-Z. And then, you know, he starts clienteling with Tupac and clienteling with Biggie and doing songs with Biggie and building a working, you know, camaraderie with Honeycombs and AKA Diddy.
Big L is the one that put Jay-Z on.
Wow.
Jay-Z was the last person to see Big L alive.
Wait, so this Big L person is not living on this earth no more?
He's been dead for years. His death made it possible for reasonable doubt to live. Everybody about Big L, Sean.
Big L?
I would just rather do it on the stand, Sean. Please sue me. I want to go to court, and I want to talk about Big L on the stand.
The Hollywood house parties in Sunset Hills, these niggas used to take shit they would put on their lips, and then they would ask a girl if they could get a sip of her drink, and they would put the agent, they would rub it on the rim, and then when the girl would continue to drink her drink, she would inject it, and the next thing you know, the bitch was numb and dead, and they got her in the tub, screwing in.
Oh, they want me to tell the total story. Okay, I'll finish it. So then what happens is they presented a bad contract, and you like, I'm not signing this shit. And they like, oh, you don't want
And
to
then
sign
they bring out the videotape.
Hop in the tape. Let me show you what this nigga did last night. And you like, oh, shit, I'm gonna sign this right now. I don't want nobody to see that. Bow wow. Okay, move right along.
Oh!
Move right along.
You made my husband walk away. I don't even know what to say.
Shout out to Snoop for handling that for Bow, but they should have
Oh
got
my God. Oh my God, you just turned, I don't even know if I'm old enough for this conversation anymore. I just became like a whole 3-year-old. I emotionally regress from what you just said. That's the beautiful thing about being the kind of honest I am. Because what I'm saying is true, because what I'm saying is backed up on honest to God, complete integrity, I can say something like that. Let everybody be mad about it and step the away. And let's see what reality say. It ain't my fault I be ahead of the curve. It really ain't my fault. I'm just operating in my principle. And then I heard about some of the troubles that came to your door. But if I'm correct, I want to say this while we on camera. When we finished the interview that day, didn't I give y'all some warnings about things that might happen?
Yeah.
Because of this interview.
Yeah.
Was I wrong?
No?
Oh, but was I right?
Yeah. Some of the things, the Tevin Campbell thing was interesting to me because we just hadn't heard from him, and he just kind of popped out.
To go nowhere when he's trying to knock me out, screw me in the ass in a tub, like I'm a dead person.
But wait a minute. I know why.
You
Hollywood
just talking about this. I gotta light up my CBD.
Look, light up your CBD, but let me get this in. I know why Hollywood is so invested with the anal cavity. But I want to throw something at you. You tell me if this is true, right? It happens at a lot of parties. You're thinking about signing. I'm talking about the dudes, right? You go to this party. Let's say it's Cash Money, okay? You go to this party. You get knocked out. Train ran on you in your ass. It's videotaped. You wake up. They say you gonna sign.
They get you. That's how they get them to put the dresses on.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I knew
Hollywood
it.
is black male central.
And they all doing each other in the. It's
Well, I mean, you got to think about it. Anybody has a vagina, but you know, is dominion. It's that final frontier.
They didn't all been in each other's butt. So they literally are all
If
tight.
that is true, wait a minute. If that is true, there's only one man to blame for it.
Chris Stokes, sorry.
You said Chris Strokes, and you right. You know what still trips me out? That if you go back to the MTV Chris episode that they did with Chris,
Right.
and Marcus was there, because Marcus was living there, because he was Marcus's guardian. You remember that crib?
Yep.
It was an amazing apartment, but they only had one bedroom.
Yeah.
And they allowed that film to hit the television.
Like we were done.
What you got, two grown ass men, a young man and an older man, living in a 1-bedroom apartment for where the f did Marcus sleep in the tub? They can't even sleep in the bed, they gotta sleep on the couch. That's how comfortable that was. He didn't even bother to rent a 2-bedroom. So nobody would have suspicion.
Because that was his name.
I'm just saying, why would you live in a 1-bedroom apartment with the boy you a guardian of? Who's your artist? Who's making thousands of dollars a show, but don't got his own bedroom?
Another rapper whose sudden and mysterious passing has been linked to Jay-Z is Pimp C. Known as one of the Texas underground kings, Pimp C wielded significant influence in the rap scene. Jay-Z and Dame Dash were keen on collaborating with him for Rockefeller Records. Rumors even suggest that Jay-Z offered Pimp C's manager a hefty sum of $1 million during their initial meeting to secure his allegiance. However, Pimp C was apprehensive about aligning himself with Jay-Z, believing that Jay-Z was exploiting Tupac Shakur's legacy. Pimp C remained steadfastly loyal to Tupac. In an interview with The Art of Dialogue, former music executive Greg Taylor disclosed that Jay-Z overheard Pimp C disparaging him during negotiations to bring Pimp C into the Rockefeller fold.
But right now, I got $1 million check for you. All we want was 100,000. I was just like, who's that with? I said, with Rockefeller. He was like, what? I was like, yeah. He was like, I'm watching Dan with the checkbook, he writing out. He was like, ain't that with, over there with Jay-Z? I was like, yeah. He was like, man, tell him to take that check to go give it to Tupac Mama, man. He's gonna be stealing all my shit. I was like, what? So I hated it. I called him on speakerphone. So I jumped up to click it, and there was another guy standing next to the Dame that was getting another $2 million check to do a venture he was doing with Dame. But I was Lee Daniels. Yeah, front line and center. It was me, J Mac, and a girl named Mary.
And he went in there and saw Pimp C body. Pimp C was still in there. He said Pimp C was like, he was laying down like he was praying. And but it was blood all over the bed, like he threw it up, but they thought he had been shot in the head. You know, they didn't know what the hell happened because there was blood all over the bed, but he was kneeled down like he had been praying. And the candles had been burnt all the way down. So they knew he had probably been dead for like a day or something because he always lit these candles to help him sleep. Because I think he had sleep apnea, so he always lit these big tall candles. And with that candle to be burnt all the way down, they were like, he must have been dead for a while. So that's what he had. That's what he called and told me. I was like,
Sean Carter is worse.
Uh-oh. Oh, man.
He's smarter. He's patient. He's not sloppy.
He was working with R. Kelly and they were making so many records together. You know, they made all of those records together. They both Aaliyah. They shared so much.
Adding to the intrigue, December 4th, the day Pimp C tragically passed away, also happens to be Jay-Z's birthday. While conspiracy theories should be approached with caution, the sheer number of coincidences surrounding Jay-Z's connections to these events raises eyebrows. According to Jaguar Wright, Jay-Z's reckoning may be imminent. Given Wright's track record of unveiling industry secrets, her words carry weight in the realm of music industry mysteries. What are your thoughts on Diddy and Jay-Z's apparent ties to the deaths of various rappers? Is there a deeper layer to this puzzle that we're overlooking? Or is it simply a vast conspiracy? That's all for today. Make sure to share your thoughts in the comments below. For more updates, hit the bell icon.